suddenly we were on. We're all over it. How you doing today? Tuesday, 6th of September 2016, and yes, live till 5. It's Steve Wright in the afternoon. Hello. Thank you, Catherine. Thank you, Jeremy.
Right in the afternoon. Now playing everywhere.
A main eater, Daryl Hall and John Oates. This is Radio 2. Hello, how are you? You might want to email us during the afternoon at steve.wright@bbc.co.uk, to text 88291 and tweet us at BBC Radio 2. Love to hear from you. So hands up if you don't like silly boy bureaucracy. Luckily none of that here. Hands up if you've got a slight tummy ache. That's nothing to cheer about, old friend. And hands up if you're getting very, very, very fed up with a work colleague. Tim. No.
It's only that time to fool the public, but when it goes down, the fool
Eyes of a Clown, it's The Beat on Radio 2. How are you feeling today? A bit humid, a bit muggy around and about. This afternoon brightening up with occasionally warm sunny spells in most of the UK. Cloudy with rain across southern Scotland and Northern Ireland. A high of 26. That's out at Heathrow. Tonight, cloudy and muggy across southern Britain with patchy mist and some fog. Some rain in the far northwest. Tomorrow, a misty and murky start, then sunshine, later becoming very warm. This is tomorrow, Wednesday now. Some cloud and rain in the far northwest. In fact, as we go through the week, I understand, so they say, it's going to get better. The very last throes of summer. 2:12 on Radio 2. Now the Monkeys, a little bit me, a little bit whoa.
Walk out, girl, don't you walk out. We got things to say. Talk out, let's have the talk and things will be okay. Girl, I don't wanna fight. I'm a little bit wrong. You're a little bit right. I say, girl, you know that it's true. It's a little bit me, and it's a little bit you, too. Don't know just what I said wrong, girl, I apologize. Don't go, here's where you belong, so wipe the tears from your eyes. Girl, I don't wanna fight. I'm a little bit wrong. You're a little bit right. That's it, girl. You know that it's true. It's a little bit me, and it's a little bit you, too. Oh, girl, I don't wanna fight. I'm a little bit wrong, and you're a little bit right. That's it, girl. You know that it's true. It's a little bit me, and it's a little bit you, too. It's a little bit me, it's a little bit you.
It's a little bit me, it's a little bit you.
Girl, I'm gone.
Well, now, this is Radio 2. Tell us what you're up to this afternoon if you want to. Don't have to. Maybe make a dedication, a shout-out, whatever you want. Email steve.wright@bbc.co.uk, text 88291, and tweet us at BBC Radio 2. Now, Scott McKenzie, San Francisco. Be sure to wear some flowers in your hair.
If you're going to San Francisco, be sure to wear some flowers in your hair. If you're going to San Francisco, you're gonna meet some gentle people there. For those who come to San Francisco, summertime will be a-loving there. In the streets of San
From the days when people used to wear a carpet and beads. Scott McKenzie, be sure to wear some flowers in your hair. San Francisco. Now 2:17 in the news. Labour MP Keith Vaz has stepped down as chairman of the Home Affairs Select Committee. He said it's in the best interest of the Home Affairs Select Committee that it's important work that can be conducted without any distractions whatsoever. China has warned that anyone advocating for Hong Kong's independence could be punished, state media says. The stern message came after young pro-democracy activists won seats on Hong Kong's Legislative Council, LegCo. And a rising number of energy customers have switched gas and electricity deals amid widespread calls to benefit from savings that are available.
What inspired me first in my life was hearing music.
Friday Night is Music Night presents an evening in the company of one of ballet's most famous figures.
Once I'm there and the orchestra starts up the tunes and the melodies, I'm in another place.
Wayne Sleeve.
I am so looking forward to doing Friday Night is Music Night, to be in amongst the swell of the orchestra's sound.
From ballet to musical theatre.
And everything in between. Join me for this special night at the Watford Coliseum on Monday the 10th of October.
Head to the BBC Radio 2 website and look for tickets to find out how to buy yours.
Smashing.
Steve Wright in the afternoon.
Tell you what's on next.
88 and 91 FM.
After Ed.
BBC Radio 2. It's late in the evening, lost on the side. I've been sad with you for most of the night, ignoring everybody here. We wish they would disappear, so maybe we could get down now. I don't wanna know if you're getting ahead of the program. I want you to be mine, lady, to hold your body close. Take another step into the no man's land for the longest time, lady. I need you, darling, come on, set the tone. If you feel me falling, won't you let me know? Oh, 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 oh. Sing! This love is ablaze, I saw flames from the side of the stage, and the fire brigade comes in a couple of days. Until then we got nothing to say and nothing to know, but something to drink and maybe something to smoke. Let it go until our roads are changed, singing we found love in a local rave. No, I don't really know what I'm supposed to say, but I can just figure it out and hope and pray. I told her my name, I said it's nice to meet you. Then she handed me a bottle of water filled with tequila. I already know she's a keeper, just from this one small act of kindness. I'm in deep, if anybody finds out. I meant to drive home, but I drink all of it now. Not sobering up, we just sit on the couch. One thing led to another, now she's kissing my mouth. I need you, darling, come on, set the tone. If you feel me falling, won't you let me know? Oh, oh, oh. If you love me, come on, get involved. Feel it rushing through you from your head to toe. Oh, oh, oh.
Sing.
Can you feel it? All the guys in here don't even wanna know. Can you feel it? All that I can hear is music from the back. Well, can you feel it? Oh, no, no, no. I need you, darling, come on, set the tone. If you feel it falling, won't you let me know? Oh, sing! If you love me, come on, get involved. Feel it rushing through you from your head
Mortensen, movie star, on with us later talking about his new film. It's called Captain Fantastic. It's not a superhero movie, by the way. Meatloaf talking us through his new album called Braver Than We Are. Meatloaf, and there's Tim Smith and Janie Lee Grace and Bobby Pryor and Matt the Sports Guy with the sport. The oldie's been chosen by... I know this sounds impossible. Chosen by Billy Idol, who now lives in Bury St Edmunds.
Steve Wright in the afternoon.
Yeah! Plus your emails and texts and tweets, social media, news from the net, the showbiz, the lifestyle, the entertainment news. It's all here. Now Doobie Brothers, Minute by Minute. Billy Idol from Bury St Edmunds. Radio 2. Hello, Steve. Can you please tell Nick and Adam a bit less banter and a bit more building, please, up in Orla's new bedroom, please? Got to get it finished so she can scatter her cushions. Oh, and I'm putting the kettle on for a brew and a bicky soon. Oh, yeah, we'll come round then. Thanks. Loving your little show. That's Lucy in Mayfield in East Sussex. Oi, righty. Yes. Can you wish Steve, Amy and Jeannie the dog happy travels as they start their epic road trip from Banbury to Alicante? That is a road trip. Cheers, Steve, from Trev and Liam. And can you play me and my dad a song because we've been working since 3:15 this morning? Thank you. That's from Joe and Neville Ward. Now, 2:26. I can see clearly now. It's Johnny Nash.
I can see clearly now. The rain is gone. I can see all obstacles in my way. Gone are the dark clouds that had me blind. It's gonna be a bright, 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 sunshiny day. It's gonna be a bright, bright, sunshiny day.
Johnny Nash versions of that around. That's my favourite. That's the original Johnny Nash, I Can See Clearly. Hugs and kisses to you from Radio 2.
BBC Music at the BBC Proms.
They were two brothers from Brooklyn who grew up to be America's most celebrated songwriting duo. I'm Paul Gambaccini. On Friday night, I present a tribute to the music and lyrics of George and Ira Gershwin.
Must have music in the land.
You'll hear songs from their vast catalog of work, performed by the John Wilson Orchestra, with special guests Louise Dearman, Matthew Ford, Julian Ovenden, and the Maida Vale Singers. Friday night is Music Night. The Gershwin Prom, Friday from 8 on BBC Radio 2.
Coming up now to 2:30.
I think I've had enough. I might get a little drunk. I say what's on my mind. I might do a little time. 'Cause all of my kindness is taken for weakness. Now I'm 4 or 5 seconds from wildin', and we got 3 more days till Friday. I'm just trying to make it back home by Monday morning. I swear I wish somebody would tell me, ooh, that's all I want.
Woke up an optimist. Sun was shining, I'm positive. Then I heard you was talking trash
About a mystery.
Hold me back, I'm about to
Yeah, I'm about 4 or 5 seconds from wildin', and we got 3 more days till Friday. I'm trying to make it back home by Monday morning. I swear I wish somebody would drive me. Ooh, that's all I want. And I know that you're up tonight, thinking how could I be so selfish? But you called about 1,000 times, wondering where I've been. Now I know that you're up tonight, thinking how could I be so reckless? But I just can't apologize. I hope you can understand.
If I go to jail tonight, promise you'll pay my bill. See, they wanna buy my pride, but that just ain't up for sale. See, all of my kindness is taken for weakness. Now I'm 4 or 5 seconds from wildin', and we got 3 more days till Friday. I'm trying to make it back home by Monday morning. I swear I wish somebody would tell it. Ooh, that's all I want.
That's such a smashing song, that. Rihanna, Paul McCartney, Kanye West, 4 or 5 seconds. Well, Steve, good song choices so far. Well, thank you very much. We're messing about on the Norfolk Broad, celebrating my wife's birthday. Happy birthday to the wife. That's John Boy and Josie. Good night, John Boy. Steve and team, I'd like to have a shout out to my family helping me move into uni this week. They've been a huge help, and I can't thank them enough. Thank you, Steve. Loving the show, from Will in Godalming. On Radio 2, it's John Newman. Olé.
Low key, you won't tell none of your friends about me. You won't tell them I occupy your dreams and your thoughts. Look at what we have started. I feel so good when I leave your apartment.
no telling how far you can go. And you don't want to hear about my love and my loves, babe, that I have been feeling. I kiss you once, then I stare at the ceiling. Ole, you bring too much sunlight to my day, and only you can chase the pain away. You bring too much sunlight to my day, my day. My heart speaks. I ain't seen you or been with you for weeks, but I see online that you've begun to be a good girl and take trips with your boyfriend. Being attentive, continue to pretend, but no, 'cause there's no telling how far you can go. You've hidden my name on your phone so you can call me to tell me you've been going through hell. Left him alone and you booked in a hotel. Ole, you bring too much sunlight to my day, and only you can chase the pain away. You bring too much sunlight to my day, my day. I can't control myself around you. 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 And I'm singing Ole, you bring too much sunlight to my...
Simon will be on the air at 5 o'clock. Great British Bake Off winner Nadia Hussain with Simon today. Jamie Cullum at 7. Jamie's joined by musician and songwriter Ben Folds. Joe Wiley at 8. Colourblind on the eve of what would have been Buddy Holly's 80th birthday. Dalton Adovievo and cellist Buddy Holly specialist Julian Lloyd-Webber discuss the reel-to-reel tapes that feature Holly performing the last 6 songs that he wrote, recorded in his New York apartment. That's great. The Organist entertains with Nigel Ogden at 11, and then listen to the band. That's at 11:30 on Radio 2. Now let's bring on Janie Lee Grace. Let's bring on Tim Smith. The team are here. This day is 1666. The Great Fire of London finally extinguished. More on that soon. Tuesday, today, is the most productive day of the work week.
A group of tigers is called, do you know what?
Oh, is it a prime?
No.
Pack.
No, you meant pride as well.
Yes, I did mean
but anyway,
pride,
it's
yeah.
not. No, it's a streak.
A streak of
Who'd have thought
tigers.
that?
Oh, it is because of the insignia, because of the stuff.
I don't know.
Never heard that. That sounds really
Insignia.
good. Very appropriate. When do you think the existence of radio waves and the feasibility of radio transmissions was first predicted?
Predicted?
Yeah, predicted.
Well, then I think probably in the early 1900s. It was Macaroni, wasn't it?
No, Macaroni made the first successful transatlantic transmission of radio waves. By that stage, they'd been discovered and invented. That was 1901, 1902.
Right.
But when do you think the idea was first mooted?
Well, in that case, probably the late 1800s.
No, go back a bit further.
Really?
Nearly there.
Back a bit further.
That's it, yes. The 1860s by a bloke called James Clerk Maxwell. And you know Macaroni? He's the great-grandson of John Jameson, founder of the Jameson's Irish Whiskey.
Wow, that's a brilliant one. What you got, Janie?
It was this day in 1956 that traffic wardens first went to work.
Factoids.
My predicament is simply this: you're an enigma even when you kiss. You won't tell me what or when or how. What do you want from me? Just
from me, just tell me now. Say it, say it, say it, say it to me, say it, say it, say it, say it to me, say it, say it, say it to me, say it, say it, say it to me. Tell me what you want from me, I could give you all you need. Tell you what you mean to me, tell you how it feels for me.
All right, history test. First, before we get into some stuff, Janie and Tim, today marks the 350th anniversary of the Great Fire of London. Ending, but where did it start and when?
Well, it started in Pudding Lane in a baker's.
Yeah. It didn't end at Fish Street, did it? That was one of the places it went through, though.
Fish Street? Oh, I don't know.
Oh, I thought it ended down by the river. Didn't it end quite close to St Paul's Cathedral, between St Paul's and the river?
Yeah. How did it start?
It started in a baker's. There was a loose spark and it jumped across. Of course, most of the houses and buildings were made of wood. I believe it had been a very dry summer, so the wood was dry, and then it all took off.
And everybody headed toward the Thames, didn't they?
That's right, they tried to. Many of them did, yeah.
The 30th anniversary of Casualty's first broadcast on the BBC. Really? 30? The annual GQ Men of the Year Awards are on tonight in London, which include awards for the most stylish man. Oh, Tim.
Yeah.
Actor of the Year. Oh, Tim again. Yeah. Band of the Year and Politician of the Year.
That's not me.
No, that's not you at all. The AIM Independent Music Awards are held in London at the Brewery later with Christine and the Queens. Oh, I love Christine and the Queens. Radiohead and Adele all up for awards. The Klaus Flug Prize for New Children's Book Illustrators is announced later on, also in London. And the first of 3 new books in the Pottermore Presents series by J.K. Rowling is published online today. The US Open Tennis continues. Hong Kong Watch and Clock Fair. The RHS Garden Wisley Flower Show begins in Woking, and the British Science Fair has started in Swansea. Prom 70. That's unbelievable. At the Royal Albert Hall, which will be broadcast live on BBC Three. In the birthdays, Idris Elba is 44 and Tim Henman is 42. Now, Tim Smith.
Have you noticed a proliferation of house spiders where you live at the moment?
Yes, I have.
It is that time of the year. Do you know how to get rid of them? I mean, I don't mind a spider. I'm not frightened of spiders. I think they're incredible creatures. But if you want to get rid of a house spider, you know the best way to do it?
Oh, don't say flush them down a sink.
No, I'm not going to say that.
Don't say that.
Well, this suggestion involves oranges, and in particular, orange peel. House spiders are said to hate the smell of orange peel. However, some people advocate spraying with peppermint oil or leaving lemon or lime peel lying around. Others say that spider haters should make sure all wooden window and door frames are constructed from cedar because they don't like the scent of that wood either.
Well, my granddad, Pop, who's long departed, he used to work down the docks, Bermondsey docks, years and years ago, and spiders used to turn up in the bananas and goodness knows what other fruits, you know, from exotic places, and they really were your poisonous ones.
Yeah, I bet they were. Did he ever bring any home to show you?
No, but one of his friends got bitten by one, had to go to hospital and all that stuff. Cold Feet received a warm reception from critics as it returned to television screens after 13 years. The first episode of the new series saw the original cast back in Manchester. It was seen by an average of 5.8 million viewers, rising to 6.1. You watched it, yeah?
I did watch it, yeah. It was like they'd never been away. It was quite strange, actually. Seriously, all the characters were there and you think, yeah, that's exactly how you remember them. Slightly older. Some of them had even more hair than they had before. But I thought they were very good. I thought it was good, yeah.
Let's have a look. Talking of TV, in America, there are 4, in the new season of television programmes just announced, there are 4 time travel series. Where they go, and I love time travel shows. Don't you?
Yeah, absolutely.
Anyway, coincidentally, The Mirror earlier on did top 10 eras we wish we could travel back in time to. So let's do the top 5 and maybe have a guess.
Top 5, let's see. Victorian times is in the top 5, definitely.
No.
Prehistoric times with dinosaurs?
No.
1920s, because they had great clothes.
Roaring 20s, number 3, you're right, yeah. I'll do the top 5. The discovery of America, those times. Tudor times, number 4. Number 3, Roaring 20s. Number 2, ancient Rome. And number 1, yeah, baby! Yeah!
60s?
Yeah, fantastic. It's the gear, man.
I don't need to travel back. I can still remember some of it.
You still got the clothes. You're on the big show.
Have you ever chased a night that's so On a boat that's bound for hope, but left you in the queue. With the shouting, waving, taunting, flaunting friends as crew. Telling you that every lie you ever heard was true. Have you stood up on that dock? Have you ever had it blue? Have you ever walked to find the morning dead and gone? Undelivered with the paper stolen by someone. Found the millman bound and gagged and the shackles round the sun. And the holder of the keys turns out to be the one. The gun you had your heart set on. Have you ever had it blue? Have you ever had it blue? Have you ever had it blue? Have you ever watched the day passing by your door? Powerless to change his course, your feet face to the floor. When all the people you thought you knew are changing more and more. Even the girl you thought would see seems only to ignore. The only love we're fighting for. Have you ever had it blue? Have you ever had it blue? Ever had it blue? Have you 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 ever had it blue?
Style Council Paul Weller, have you ever had it blue? Stephen Team, can you give me a shout out as I'm getting to grips with this new job where I can have Radio 2 on all day? Some serious listening, no G, correct. Cheers from Jamie in Nottingham. And that's the nice thing about doing this, what we're doing, we're allowed to have Radio 2 on as well. Oh, am I? Yeah, I forgot. Now, here's Bobby.
Steve, thank you. First of all, to the A1M. Now, that accident at Blythe between 34 and 35 up towards the M18. The accident was on the northbound side, but it's closed both ways now. Following this accident, they've got to deal with recovery, which is going to take some time. So you've got big queues, 34 to 35 if you're on the northbound or southbound route. Problems for the M56 eastbound, junction 11 for Preston Brook. There's one lane closed with an overturned vehicle. M6, now there's a couple of problems. First of all, southbound, there's a broken down vehicle at junction 18. So at the end of the roadworks towards Holmes Chapel, you've got an extra lane closure, which is not helping the situation. Also, if you're heading out onto the M6 at junction 10, we've got a breakdown. Now, it's on the southbound side, so down at Walsall, you've got one lane closed. Now, I'm hoping that this has been moved quite quickly. It may have already gone, but you do have a little bit of slow traffic going through. Problems for the M1. First of all, on the M1 northbound, 15A up towards Toaster, there's an accident. You've got one lane shut, and that's causing big queues. So between 15 and 17 is where it's heavy, but the breakdown and the accident are closer to 15A. The M1 northbound, also one lane closed between 10 and 11 up towards the Dunstable Road. That's following an accident as well. So that's causing queues up from junction 8. If you're heading up from the M25, be prepared for those queues to get longer, because it's going to be there for some time. And the M25 clockwise a little bit busy, 13 to 16. Anti-clockwise, it's busy back to 14 in patches, because the closer you get to junction 10, the A3, that's where the accident was on the exit slip Pit Road. So you've still got heavy traffic there. Finally, the M2 eastbound. Between 5 and 6 Sittingbourne to Faversham, there is one lane closed towards the coast. You've actually only got 2 lanes on that stretch. So one lane is closed between the A249 and this junction with the A251. Be prepared for queues, and I'll be back with more in 40 minutes.
Thank you, the Bobster. Stand by for Joe Brown and his brothers.
It took 100 years to make that oak tree grow. And there beside that tree I learned to love you so. It took 100 years, sunshine, before that oak tree grew. But it only took a minute, baby, to fall in love with you. It didn't take a lifetime to make my dreams come true. I know it only took a minute, baby, to fall in love with you. It took 1,000,000 stars to make that starlight shine. Shine, shine, shine. And underneath those stars, one night I made you mine. Yeah, I made you mine. It took 1,000,000 stars a twinkling to light that sky of blue. But it only took a minute, baby, to fall in love with you. To make my dreams come true. I know it only took a minute, baby, to fall in love with you. Yeah, it only took a minute, baby, to fall in love with you.
BBC Proms in the Park, celebrating the last night of the proms, performing on stage.
ABC, Alfie Boe, Rick Astley, Tim Minchin and the cast of Matilda.
Quiet maggots when I'm speaking.
All Saints, the BBC Concert Orchestra, James Galway, The Feelings, celebrated tenor Juan Diego Flores, and our headline act, Frankie Valli and the Four Seasons. Join me, Michael Ball, for a magnificent Proms in the Park.
Live on Radio 2, Saturday night from 5.
Steve Wright in the afternoon.
Earlier on today, British Airways were facing delays after an IT glitch affected check-in desks. How long does it take to fall in love? A survey today. How long would you guess, Janie?
Well, I think if it's love at first sight, it takes a second, but then whether it lasts, we'll have to see.
You are absolutely right. If you guessed a minute or even a few seconds, guess again. According to Syracuse University research, it takes just 1/5 of a second for your brain to release love-inducing chemicals like oxytocin and adrenaline. Only 1/5 of a second. That's how long it takes. And that can make you realise that you absolutely adore a person, even if you don't know each other yet.
It's not love-inducing chemicals.
Love.
It's lust-inducing chemicals, surely. I agree with what they're saying. You can look at somebody and in a split second think, yeah, they're attractive, you like them, you'd like to get to know them better, but it's not love, is it?
Well, when we do, and Janie and I know this stuff because we do love songs. Janie does it when I'm not around. And we're reading out all of these letters and emails and what have you from people say, I fell in love with her the moment I saw her.
Yeah, absolutely.
Right?
And I love the ones that come in. You'll get lots of them where they met when they were younger, sometimes were together for a bit, then split up for like 40 years.
I know.
And maybe had other relationships or whatever, and then got back together, and it was still like love at first sight.
Because they were the one.
Yeah,
they were the one.
Amazing.
London City Airport flights were disrupted earlier also after protesters occupied the runway there. The watchdog for university access has given the green light to universities to increase tuition fees in England to £9,250. And payday loan companies have risen sharply, but the list of gripes about financial products is still dominated by Payment Protection Insurance, PPI. I think we might have had a call about that the other day.
We did it recently.
Yeah.
We chased one up.
Oh, did you?
Yes, we chased one up recently. Chased my wife's PPI up.
And how long will it take, Tim, for you to,
Spend it?
No, cop the wad.
We did get a little bit back, but it wasn't as much as she was hoping.
Is that right?
Oh, yes.
Wow.
Seriously, yeah. She's got it. I will spend it later, though, obviously.
Naturally, yeah. Don't spend it on sweets. Viggo Mortensen later, and Meatloaf talking us through his new album called Braver Than We Are. Here's Jamie Lee Grace.
I love this piece in the Metro today. The headline is, "When I grow up, I want to get myself a proper job." It's probably in other papers as well.
From me.
He's talking about the fact that modern youngsters now aspire to be writers, bloggers, and even YouTube sensations, rather than traditional careers like teaching and medicine.
Yeah.
Fascinating. It's a survey of young people aged 12 to 25 and adults over 50 found that 92% of youngsters preferred to not follow in the footsteps of their parents and grandparents, and they claimed factors such as finding the right job were far more important than money. And then for the older generation, 45% claimed there weren't as many opportunities for them as there were in the past. So there's a little top 5 dream jobs here. This is fascinating because 50 years ago, the top 5 dream jobs, if you'd asked a young person, were number 1 to be a teacher, 2 scientist, 3 footballer, 4 sportsman, and 5
Train driver.
No, doctor.
Oh,
at
okay.
5.
Yeah.
But now, what do you think the top 5 dream jobs are? I mean, I already know because all of my kids talk like this.
Well, I think a well-known blogger.
Yeah. Well,
Yeah.
number 1 is writer. Number 2, YouTube sensation. I'd put that at number 1.
Yeah.
Number 3, artist. Number 4, photographer. Number 5, clothes designer.
But the great news about all of that is that more and more, many of these sites and many of these blogs are being monetized.
Oh,
and
yeah.
A lot of these folk, in addition to blogging, they have all the spin-off occupation, as it were, author and on television. And so you can do all of that. In a sense, it's a bit like, you know, maybe 30 or 40 years ago when people started getting into radio big time,
Yeah.
popular radio.
Yeah.
Same thing, really.
It is. I guess it is. And all these creative jobs are absolutely fantastic. But all I'm worried about is who's going to fix the toilet.
Oh,
You know,
yeah,
if nobody
but-
wants to be a plumber. What are we going to do then?
Yeah, but listen, I've seen Rocky stuff,
Yeah.
and that is good stuff. Now, if you can monetise that, you can pay somebody to mend the toilet.
Yeah.
There is
Rocky
that.
being...
Rocky
of
being
course.
Jenny's son,
Yeah.
yeah. No, he's made some great stuff. But it's just trends, isn't it, I suppose? You
Yeah.
know, I'd have given anything to be a footballer when I was a kid.
Really?
Yeah, look what happened.
Well, you're doing okay.
Yeah, okay, I'm doing okay.
And you can still go back to it.
Yes, I'd still like to be a YouTube sensation as well.
Did you keep the shorts?
Yes, the long ones.
Yeah. Viggo Mortensen and Meatloaf on with us later on The Big Show.
Fire and ice. This love is like fire and ice. This love is like rain and blue skies. This love is like sun on the rise. This love got me rolling the dice. Don't let me lose. Still falling for you. Still falling for you. It took us a while. With every breath a new day. With love on the line. We've had our share of mistakes. But all your flaws and scars are mine. Still falling for you. Still falling for you. And just like that, all I breathe, all I feel, you are all for me. I'm in. And just like that, all I breathe, all I feel, you are all for me. No one can lift me, catch me the way that you do. I'm still falling for you. Brighter than gold, this love shining brighter than gold. This love is like letters and bold. This love is like out of control. This love's never growing old. You make it new. Still falling for you. Still falling for you. It took us a while, 'cause we were young and unsure. With love on the line, what if we both would need more? But all your flaws and scars are mine. Still falling for you. Still falling for you. Still falling for you. And just like that, all I breathe, all I feel, you are all for me. I'm in. And just like that, all I breathe, all I feel, you are all for me. No one can lift me, catch me the way that you do. Still falling for you.
That's called Still Falling For You. It's Ellie Goulding on Radio 2. How are you? You can email steve.wright@bbc.co.uk, text 88291, tweet us at BBC Radio 2. Now, the non-stop oldies have been chosen by Billy Idol from Bury St Edmunds, and here's me thinking he lived in Venice Beach.
BBC News at 3 o'clock. This is Catherine Cracknell. The radical Muslim preacher Anjem Chowdhury has been sentenced to 5 years in jail for inviting support for the Islamic State group. The 49-year-old was arrested after his name appeared on an oath declaring the legitimacy of what he called the proclaimed Islamic Caliphate State. Mohammed Miznul Rahman, who's 33, received the same sentence. Commander Dean Hayden, head of counter-terrorism at Scotland Yard, welcomed the sentences.
Well, these two individuals, they are significant extremists in my mind. Had significant influence over a number of people across the UK, and their sentence today is extremely welcomed. Of course, now what we have to do is work with communities to make sure that people don't step into their shoes and backfill their position.
The Labour MP Keith Vaz has resigned as chairman of the Commons Home Affairs Committee following newspaper allegations that he paid for the services of 2 male sex workers. He says he's genuinely sorry for what happened, adding that those who hold others to account must themselves be accountable. A Conservative member of the committee, David Burrows, says Mr Vaz's position has become untenable.
Particularly if one looks at the role and work of the Home Affairs Select Committee, which covers a range of issues, whether it's issues around prostitution, drugs, or other issues that demand careful scrutiny and also demand an objective view, one that isn't likely to be conflicted and isn't liable to be undermined or compromised.
The runway at London's City Airport has reopened after protesters brought flights to a halt. 9 people belonging to the campaign group Black Lives Matter have been arrested. A former taxi driver from Swindon, Christopher Halliwell, has gone on trial accused of the murder of a prostitute, Becky Godden, who was missing for 8 years. The jury at Bristol Crown Court has been told by the prosecution that Halliwell is serving a life sentence for the murder of another woman. From the court, Phil Mackey reports.
Becky Godden was described in court as a sex worker who lived a chaotic life. The last time she was seen alive was in January 2003. Her remains were found in a remote rural location in Gloucestershire in 2011. Opening the case for the prosecution, Nicholas Hagan QC told the court that Halliwell had taken the police to the location of her body and had confessed to killing a woman he'd picked up in Swindon. But the jury was told the defendant, who's representing himself, has entered a plea of not guilty to murder.
2 15-year-olds have pleaded guilty to the manslaughter of a mother and daughter in Lincolnshire, but have denied murder. The boy and girl, who can't be named because of their age, are accused of killing 49-year-old Elizabeth Edwards and her 13-year-old daughter Katie at a house in Spalding earlier this year. And the Hollywood director Steven Spielberg has been spotted on the streets of Birmingham, assessing locations for his new film Ready Player One, which is set in a dystopian American city. The film will star Mark Rylance and Simon Pegg. And that's the BBC News at 3:03. Our next at 4.
Thanks, Catherine.
Steve Wright in the afternoon. BBC Radio 2.
Now the non-stop oldies chosen by Billy Idol.
BBC
The non-stop oldies brought to you daily by Steve Wright in the afternoon.
Don't you ever stop, I'm here with you. Now it's all or nothing, 'cause you said you'll follow through. You follow me, and I follow you. What you gonna do when it all backs up? What you gonna do when the love burns down? What you gonna do when the flames go up? Who's gonna come and turn the tide? What's it gonna take to make a dream survive? Who's got the time to calm a storm inside? Who's gonna save you? Alive and kicking, stay until your love is alive and kicking, stay until your love is, until your love is alive. You lift me up to the crucial top so I can see. You lead me on till the feelings come and the lights that shine on. But if that don't mean nothing, like if someday it should fall through, you take me home where the magic's from, and I'll be with you. What you gonna do when things go wrong? What you gonna do when it all cracks up? What you gonna do when your love burns down? What you gonna do when the flames go up? Who's gonna come and turn the tides? What's it gonna take to make a dream survive? Who's got the time to calm a storm inside? Don't say goodbye, don't say goodbye in the final seconds before I say that. Ooh, oh, alive and kicking. Oh, stay until your love is alive and kicking.
Simple Minds, alive and kicking. Well, these oldies are chosen by Billy Idol from Bury St Edmunds, and it says, and you'll love this story, Stephen Crew, my name's Billy Idol, but I'm not that Billy Idol. There is, however, a story to tell. I was an 8-year-old boy standing in Woolworths waiting for my foster parents to finish their shopping when a poster caught my eye. It was a huge picture of a young peroxide-haired boy called Billy Idol, and I begged my foster mum to get me the poster and cassette. She eventually gave in, and that's where my love affair began with punk. At the age of 12, I had my name legally changed to Billy Idol, and I did once meet the real Billy Idol at a book signing. He kindly signed my deed poll certificate, which is framed with a picture of him from a concert at the Hammersmith Apollo, as it was then. I work for Music Sales as a copyright assistant, and I'm getting married to Aga next May. We've been together for just over 5 years, and we love to travel around England visiting new places, with Lyme Regis being favourite so far. Wow. In my spare time, I'm a Spurs fan, and I have an allotment which I work on each weekend. See that allotment up there? That belongs to Billy Idol. That's fantastic. Thanks for playing my oldies. Excellent. Badge on its way, yeah. That was my impression of Billy Idol's talking voice. Yeah. Seen my bike.
Hey little sister, what have you done? Hey little sister, who's the only one? Hey little sister, who's your Superman? Hey little sister, who's the one you want? Hey little sister, shotgun. It's a nice day to start again. It's a nice day for a white wedding.
day to start again. Hey little sister, what have you done? Hey little sister, who's the only one? I've been away for so long. I've been away for so long. I let you go for so long. It's a nice day to start again. Come on, it's a nice day for a white wedding. It's a nice day to start again. Ow. Nothing fair in this world. There is nothing safe in this world. And there's nothing sure in this world. And there's nothing pure in this world. Look for something left in this world. Start again. Come on, it's a nice day for a white wedding. Whoa, it's a nice day to start again. It's a nice day to start again. It's a nice day to a song from the darkest hour, secret I can keep inside of the day. Swing from high to deep, extremes of sweet and sour. Hope that God exists. I hope, I pray. Drawn by the undertow, my life is out of control. I believe this weight will bear my weight, so let it go. Oh, sit down, oh, sit down, oh, sit down. Sit down next to me. Sit down, sit down, sit down, sit down, in sympathy. I'm relieved to hear that you've been to some far out places. It's hard to carry on when you feel all alone. Now I've swung back down again. It's worse than it was before. If I hadn't seen such riches, I could live with being poor. Oh, sit down, oh, sit down, oh, sit down. Sit down next to me. Sit down, 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 in sympathy. Those who feel themselves ridiculous. Sit down next to me. In love and fear and hate and tears. In love and fear and hate and tears. In love and fear and hate and tears. In love and fear and hate.
On BBC Radio 2. Later we'll talk to Viggo Mortensen and Meatloaf. These are the oldies chosen by Billy Idol from Bury St Edmunds.
There's a lady who's sure all that glitters is gold, and she's buying a stairway to heaven. When she gets there, she knows if the stores are all closed, with a word she can get what she came for. She's buying a stairway to heaven. There's a sign on the wall, but she wants to be sure, 'cause you know sometimes words have two meanings. In a tree by the brook, there's a songbird who sings. Sometimes all of our thoughts are misgiven. There's a feeling I get when I look to the west. stand alone, and the forests will echo with laughter.
This is Radio Distinctive. The non-stop oldies plays.
She's buying a
Stairway to Heaven. Thank you. On the non-stop oldies.
all right.
Yeah.
You want to dance?
Yeah.
Yeah. All right.
These oldies chosen by Billy Idol in Bury St Edmunds. And this is Billy Idol. Moni Moni.
Here she come now, sing a moaning, moaning. Shoot it up, come on, moaning, moaning. Hey, she look good, and I feel alright now. 'Cause
for the non-stop oldies, chosen by Billy Idol. He changed his name by deed poll to Billy Idol, and there was the other Billy Idol and Moni Moni on the non-stop oldies. Badge on its way, Billy. I will never, ever, ever forget the time when I was in Hollywood and driving around, I think it was Hollywood Boulevard. It was Billy Idol and his mates, his motorcycling mates, and none of them had a helmet on. Can you please give a shout out to Sven from Hereford? He's crying over chopping onions, making chilli chutney, raising money for charity. That's good work. From George, trying not to laugh. Steve, we're redecorating my bedroom before I start uni, washing the walls with sugar soap. Tough job when it's humid. My mum Ginny has been on the job all day. What a legend, Sam in Devon. And can you send all of my love to Amanda, who's currently being dangerous with a paintbrush. Loving the show, by the way. Many thanks from Gwyn. And Steve, you're going to wish all the cast of the Wakefield Youth Music Theatre good luck this evening. They'll be starting their 7th performance of Jesus Christ Superstar at the Theatre Royal. They had a terrific first week, and here's to a full house for every remaining performance from Ian Lawton in Wakefield. Steve and team, I'm currently listening to you and trying to get wallpaper off the bedroom wall. Whoever invented textured wallpaper? From Christine and Tamside. And in the news, just ahead of Bobby's traffic, Paris is to open its first refugee camp next month in response to asylum seekers living in the city's streets. Mayor Anne Hidalgo said a camp to house 400 men will be opened at a site in the north of the city in mid-October. That's north of Paris. A camp for women and children in the suburb of Ivry-sur-Seine will follow by the end of the year. Labour MP Keith Vaz has stepped down as chairman of the Home Affairs Select Committee. He said it's in the best interest of the Home Affairs Select Committee that its important work can be conducted without any distractions whatsoever. And controversial spit hoods are to be trialled by the Metropolitan Police. I know. The mesh fabric hoods are placed over the heads of suspects to protect police officers from potentially being spat at or bitten. Now, here's Bobby Pryor.
Steve, thank you. First of all, to the A752 at Bargeddy. This is west of Airdrie. The A752, it is still shut following that earlier accident, which is between the A89 at Coatbridge Road and the Common Head Road. So that's still completely shut. There is a diversion. The latest on the A1M at Blythe. They have reopened it between 34 and 35. So from the Borchie Road to the M18. However, you've still got big queues both ways, but all lanes are now open. The M6, one tiny problem. Southbound at 18, there was a breakdown. You've got a tiny bit of traffic going through 18, but really it's going to be clear in the next 15 minutes or so. Also northbound, just at junction 17 as you go into the roadworks, it slows up but then gets going and keeps going, and it's absolutely fine. M56 eastbound, the accident at 11 for Preston Brook, all lanes are open, not even a sign of a queue now, that's a clear run. The M1 problems northbound, 15A to 17, the M45, there were big queues with a broken down car. Most of that now has gone. There's a tiny bit through junction 15 to 16. The M1 northbound further down, 10 to 11, there was an accident towards the Dunstable Road. Again, a little bit slow, but not too much to worry about. No more than 10 minutes through there. The latest on the M25, clockwise busy 13 to 16, anti-clockwise 14 to 10 is busy in patches. There was an accident at the A3. That's what kept meant such a big hold up there. Most of that, there was a broken queue. And then finally to the M2, coastbound, big queue, because between 5 and 6, down towards Faversham from Sittingbourne, the accident's still there, still one lane shut, and queues back to the A249, which having a knock-on effect on the A249 as well. I'll be back with another one in 25 minutes.
Humid and muggy, brightening up with warm and occasional sunny spells in most of the UK. Cloudy with rain across southern Scotland and Northern Ireland. And the high is 26 at Heathrow. And a lot of people already hot under the collar at Heathrow. That's just checking in. Me, Mr. Topical. Top actor Viggo Mortensen, next.
There's no need to be lonely, lonely, lonely. I know where you belong, yeah, follow me. You only have to find me, find me, find me. No matter who you are or what you see. You're a bird in a cage, cursing the day, insulting the morning.
Sophie Ellis-Bextor come with us at 22 minutes to 4. Hello, it's the big show, look. You can email steve.wright@bbc.co.uk, text 88291, tweet us at BBC Radio 2. Steve, yes, can you tell my husband Jeff that I love him loads and I can't wait to go on holiday with him on Thursday? 2 more sleeps. Oh, I love that. 2 more sleeps. Thank you from Ali in Ipswich.
Holland.
2 greatest things about making these shows are 1, working out pieces of music which we can play live on the show with whoever the guest is. And I'm so delighted that Mickey Dolenz is here with us this evening.
This song sung by Stevie Wonder. Shall we do that?
Oh, that would be
yeah,
great.
Let's do it. Give me some lovin', huh?
Oh, yes, please. And the other part is rummaging through all of my old records, and I go below the studios where we have vaults. We're going to open the door, down the stone, slippery, rather slimy steps, and suddenly as we cold and chilly, whoa!
Jules Holland.
Fantastic, rare old blues, rockabilly, what have you records, and brand new living guests.
Monday night from 11 on BBC Radio 2.
The average person is about 1/4 of an inch taller at night. Now, here's Janie.
The first Marvel superhero was the Human Torch.
I don't know how that works.
Oh, yeah, he's in the Fantastic Four, isn't he?
Yes.
Why do you think an astronaut doesn't snore very much in space?
Something to do with oxygen.
No, good guess.
Something to do with nasal passages.
Well, yeah, obviously. But that's affected by
the amount of air that gets into his nasal passages.
No.
Well, is it to do with the fact that he's vertical? Is it linked to the positioning, as
Kind
it were?
of, yeah.
Not
Very good
lying in
guess.
one position for too long.
Well, it's because gravity plays a dominant role in the generation of apneas, hypnoapneas, and snoring. It is possible for astronauts to snore in space, and NASA has recorded crew members doing this, but the effects of zero gravity appear to reduce snoring.
Well, reduce snoring. So I guess that the lack of air, your little flaps inside your nose, they go up.
What flaps inside your nose?
Well, because the flaps inside your nose are closed, that's why sometimes you snore at night. Well, if you have little air, then the flaps go up and you can...
Toys.
Everybody knows she's a perfect 10.
I don't know.
And I'm hanging on tight till the whole thing ends. 'Cause New York sky don't get much brighter. She sets the city on fire. Somebody told me if I'm not careful, well, this one's gonna roll me. I got my hands full and this one's gonna own me and control me. I'm so mystified. She caught the last train last night, left another note saying, see you next time. Miss me if you don't. You look good in your bed till we meet again. You into my head.
Viggo Mortensen is with us today. And this is a second visit for Viggo because you were last in here with Kirsten Dunst, I believe, right?
Yes.
Two Faces of January. That was very good. That was great. We love you in everything.
Well, that's good.
I don't
I'll come here always. Then.
Yeah, always stop by because
It's
we
the
love
only
you in
place they say that.
Yeah.
I can't not come.
We like some things better than others, obviously.
I like everything he's ever been in.
Fine.
Everything.
Texas Chainsaw Massacre Part 3?
That was 2 stars.
Okay. Fair enough.
Viggo Mortensen, an Oscar-nominated actor who you'll know as Aragorn in the Lord of the Rings trilogy, also a musician, poet, photographer, writer and painter. Viggo is now starring in Captain Fantastic, which might sound like a comic book blockbuster superhero movie, but it isn't. Viggo plays a dad called Ben who's bringing up his children, and that's all I'm going to say about it. It's a very, very watchable, lovely, super, makes you think, emotional, sentimental and funny movie. That's too much to put on a poster.
It is.
It's just a great film, an independent film, right, Viggo?
Yeah.
Take it from there, because you play a big beardy fellow who's...
lives in the forest with 6 children, 3 boys, 3 girls, yeah. And we live, as they say, off the grid. No electric power, no iPhones, no television, no radio, even. Although maybe we can make an exception for your program.
Thanks very much. I appreciate it.
And the kids can kill, skin, guts, prepare, cook animals. They can grow things. They speak 7 languages. They know about philosophy, history, mathematics, everything. They're perfect, wild, super intellectual children. And everything seems to be going well with this alternative lifestyle until we have to leave the forest to go to a funeral that we're not allowed to go to. So we go on a road trip to crash a funeral. Basically.
And that's part of the backstory, isn't it, really? The funeral, I think we won't give that away.
It's okay to say about the funeral, it really is.
Is it?
Yeah.
Because we learn quite quickly, and in a sense, that's the whole crux of the movie, isn't it?
Yeah, and the kids want to go, and the grandparents are very conservative, and they live in another part of the country entirely, and they are very religious, Catholics, and they want to have the Catholic funeral. And she was Buddhist, the mother. So the kids know that she doesn't want that, and they say, we must go. And the grandparents think I'm a maniac, and they say, you're forbidden to come. If you come, you'll be arrested, and the children will be taken from you. So that's how the movie starts.
We can't go to Mommy's funeral. We have to do what we're told. Some fights, you can't win. The powerful control the lives of the powerless. That's the way the world works. It's unjust and it's unfair. But that's just too bad. We have to shut up and accept it.
Talk a little bit about the relationships between your character and the children, and also tell us a bit about the location, because it's an absolutely beautifully shot movie as well.
Well, when I first started reading the script, I didn't know what it was exactly, even the title, Captain Fantastic. As you say, I thought, well, is that a superhero movie? What is it? And after I got about halfway through, I realized that you could put a question mark at the end of the title, really, because it asked the question, is he a great dad or is he a maniac? And what I expected it to be at first was a left-wing utopian fantasy, and that this family of left-wing forest dwellers would be doing battle with conservative ideas and conservative people, and that would be the journey, but it wasn't that. It's really not a political movie at all. And as I say, there's times where you think this is the best family model as far as bringing up your children in a healthy way possible, and another time you think this is terrible.
It doesn't always move in the direction you think it's going to. The characters don't always react in the way that you think. I mean, it's
constantly surprising emotionally, and sometimes it's unexpectedly very funny. It's the situations that the contrast between these kids who've never met kids outside the forest.
It's a clash of cultures, isn't it?
Exactly.
Viggo Mortensen is here. We're going to come back with Viggo in just a moment. Don't go away. We'll be right back.
Trains and boats and planes, we're passing by. They mean a trip to Paris or Rome, to someone else, but not for me. The trains and the boats and planes took you away, away from me. We were so in love and high above, we had a star to wish upon which, when dreams came true, but not for me. The trains and the boats and planes took you away, away from me. across the sea. The trains and the boats and planes will bring you back home to me.
Mortensen is on with us today, and we're going to be talking to Viggo in just a moment. But first, here's a clip from that movie. It's called Captain Fantastic.
Well, I am so happy that our family is together.
Thanks for putting on this feast.
It's all local and organic and non-GMO.
This is an independent movie, and at its world premiere at the Sundance Film Festival, got a standing ovation.
Won Best Director prize at Cannes.
Yeah, I was just going to say that. I mean, it's incredible. And I suppose, really, if you do a blockbuster, then you want to do one of these almost immediately after.
I don't really plan things at all in that sense. I mean, there are actors who consciously do what they say, one for them and one for me.
Yeah.
You know, and that way they can keep their bank account nice and full, and they can keep their profile high, and then they can make what they would term as art movies. I don't really think about the budget at all, or the nationality, or the genre of the movie. I just look for movies that I would want to go see.
Talking of language and nationality, I didn't know this about you, but how many languages do you speak?
I speak several, and then I've pretended that I could speak several others in different movies. If you work hard enough, you can fake people out most of the time.
Really? So you can be in a fully French movie if you...
I have been. I recommend this movie if you haven't seen it. It's called Far From Men, and it was a French movie that's set in Algeria in 1954. It's about a friendship between two Algerians, and the movie's all half in French, half in Arabic. So
good grief. That's fantastic.
But it's a beautiful story.
What are you up to next?
Well, I've written a couple of scripts, one of which someone has expressed interest in putting up the money for. It would be an independent movie that I'd like to direct. I'd like to try that maybe next year. But other than that, I have no plans.
We like your stuff. We like you because you do what you want to do, you know, and you've got integrity, I think. You're just your own man, aren't you, really?
Well, life is short, and it takes a long time to make a movie and promote it. I'd like to be in stories that, like, as I say, I'd like to go see, that I won't be ashamed of watching 10 years from now.
Yeah, well...
So that's why I don't do the one for them, one for me. They're all for me, and they're all for you if you want to see them.
Great, that's a great attitude.
And you can say that in 8 different languages. You can see Viggo starring in Captain Fantastic, rated 15. It's in cinemas this Friday, the 9th of September. Thanks for coming in. Good to see you again, and we'll see you next time, Viggo. Thanks,
guys.
Viggo Mortensen.
There are times when a woman has to say what's on her mind, even though she knows how much it's gonna hurt. Before I say another word, let me tell you I love you. Let me hold you close and say these words as gently as I can. There's been another man that I've needed and I've loved, but that doesn't mean I love you less. And he knows he can't possess me, and he knows he never will. There's just this empty place inside of me that only he can fill. Torn between two lovers, feeling like a fool. Loving both of you is breaking all the rules. Torn between two lovers, feeling like a fool. Loving you both is breaking all the rules. You mustn't think you failed me just because there's someone else. You were the first real love I ever had. And all the things I ever said, I swear they still are true. For no one else can have the part of me I gave to you. with everything I feel inside. I'm asking you to stay. Torn between two lovers, feeling like a fool.
Torn between two lovers, uncomfortable. Mary McGregor.
He's breaking all the rules. Torn between two lovers, feeling like a fool.
It's a summer's afternoon in Great Britain. No, it is. It's almost 5 to 4. Can you say, excuse me, happy 30th anniversary to my lovely mum and dad, Elaine and Robert, and hope they have a great afternoon. Oh, that's good. That's from Charlotte. And Steve, you've got to tell the gardener, this is a different one, tell the gardener and his crew they're doing a great job of my hedges, just going to get my spirit level. That's Pete in Norfolk. Well, don't go drinking it, OK? Now, here's Bobby.
Steve, thank you. First of all, to the A752 at Bargeddy. Now, west of Airdrie, it's still closed at Bargeddy between the A89 at Coatbridge Road and the Common Head Road, so still completely shut. The latest on the A1M at Blythe, the northbound accident which closed the route completely between 34 and 35 from the Borty Road to the M18, all gone. It's been gone for about 40 minutes. However, you've still got very heavy delays through that stretch. A57 south of Rotherham, the Worksop Road on the A57, we've got a lorry fire. Now, it's between the M1 at junction 31 and the Todwick roundabout. So at the moment, one lane is shut in each direction, but you can just about squeeze through. Just be aware they're going to have to close the road in both directions at some point. That might have already happened, but there was some traffic getting through. So just be aware if you're heading towards the M1, that might get in your way or away from the M1. Problems for the M25. Clockwise blocked between 5 and 6 at Godstone from the M26. So coming up from Kent, if you're going clockwise on the M25, there's some stationary traffic there. It's because of a broken down vehicle. Now, it looks like they're only holding the traffic to move the vehicle, but that hasn't happened yet, and at the moment, traffic is stationary on the approach. And clockwise, you've got further queues if you're heading, well, it's not so much of a queue, but busy, 13 to 16. Anti-clockwise, 14 to 11 at Chertsey is busy. The A20 westbound at Swanley. The A20 is closed completely between the B2173 and the Crittles Corner, the A224. There's an accident just opposite McDonald's. And then the latest, finally, on the M2, eastbound, so coastbound, 5 to 6 at Faversham. That accident is still there. It's been there for a couple of hours. One lane is still shut, so queues back to the A249 and building. And I'll be back with more in 30 minutes.
Thank you to Bob Steers, a lovely cheer-up song.
In the year 2525, if man is still alive, if woman can survive, they may find. In the year 35, ain't gonna need to tell the truth, tell no lies. Everything you think, do, and say is in the pill you took today. In the year 45, ain't gonna need your teeth, won't need your eyes. You won't find a thing to chew, nobody's gonna look at you. In the year 55, your arms are hanging limp at your sides. Your legs got nothing to do. Some machine doing that for you. In the year 65, ain't gonna need no husband, won't need no wife. You pick your son, pick your daughter too. From the bottom of a long glass tube, whoa, whoa. In the year 7510, if God's a-coming, he ought to make it by then. Maybe he'll look around himself and say, guess it's time for the judgment day. In the year 8510, God is gonna shake his mighty head. He'll either say, I'm pleased where man has been, or tear it down and start again. Whoa, whoa.
I always think the singing voice on this detracts from the seriousness of it because he sounds like Benny Hill.
I'm kinda wondering if man is gonna be alive. He's
taken everything this old earth can give, and he ain't put back nothing, whoa, whoa. Now it's been 10,000 years, man has cried a billion tears for what he never knew. Now man's reign is through.
Yeah, you got most of that wrong, old friend.
Eternal night, the twinkling of starlight, so very far away, maybe it's only yesterday.
In the year 2525, Zager and Evans. Coming up in the Showbiz Cuts, Colin Firth, Helen Fielding, Renee Zellweger. It's a Bridget Jones frenzy. Meatloaf, our big guest. There's Bobby, there's Janie, Tim, Catherine on news, sports guys, social media factos, all that on Steve Wright in the afternoon. This is BBC Radio 2, online, on digital radio and on 88 to 91 FM.
BBC News at 4 o'clock. This is Catherine Cracknell. The radical preacher Anjan Chowdhury has been sentenced to 5.5 years in prison for encouraging support for the Islamic State militant group. Chowdhury, who's 49 and from North London, was convicted in July for using online lectures and messages to drum up support for IS. Kalsoom Bashir is from the counter-extremism organisation Inspire.
He's been described as the gateway to terror. He has enticed those individuals that were on the fringes of society towards supporting violent extremism and giving them behind closed doors justification for committing acts of violence in the name of terror. Those that heard him then went on to commit those acts of terror.
The Labour MP Keith Vaz has resigned as chairman of the Home Affairs Select Committee. In response to allegations, he paid 2 male prostitutes for sex. Mr Vaz, who's married with 2 children, said he was genuinely sorry that recent events would make it impossible for him to carry on in the role. He added that those who held others to account must themselves be accountable. The Conservative MP Tim Lawton has been nominated as the acting chairman of the committee. He said it was with sadness that he and his colleagues had accepted Mr Vaz's resignation.
Keith Vaz, as I said, was exceedingly frank and open with the committee. He apologised to the committee for the trouble this has caused, and he obviously acknowledges that, and these are private matters now he will have to deal with.
The judge, who resigned last month as head of the historical child abuse inquiry, is believed to have called for the wide-ranging process to be reviewed. Dame Lowell Goddard's submission to a Commons committee is expected to say the inquiry in its current form is unmanageable. A statement from her successor, Professor Alexis Jay, said no revision of the inquiry's terms of reference or scope would be sought. 2 teenagers have pleaded guilty to the manslaughter of a mother and her daughter in Lincolnshire, but have denied murder. The boy and girl, who were 15, are accused of killing Elizabeth Edwards and her 13-year-old daughter Katie in Spalding in April. Police investigating the attempted abduction of an RAF serviceman out jogging near an airbase in Norfolk 7 weeks ago say last night's Crime Watch appeal has generated important new information. Belando has more.
After the broadcast, the police received around 30 calls, including some potentially vital tip-offs about the identities of the 2 attackers. RAF Marham is home to Tornado jets, which have been used in raids on so-called Islamic State. But Detective Superintendent Paul Durham, who's leading the investigation, said it's still unclear whether the attack was terror-related. Other lines of inquiry include a possible case of mistaken identity.
It's just been announced that the world's first face transplant recipient died in April in France. Isabelle Dinois, who was 48, was given a transplant after her Labrador devoured part of her face in 2005. That's the BBC News at 4 on Next at 5.
Thank you, Catherine. Now here's the sports guy.
Yes, some breaking news, Steve. The Paralympic Games begin in Rio tomorrow, and Paralympics GB have just announced their flag bearer for tomorrow night's opening ceremony. It'll be Lee Pearson, who's won 12 Paralympic medals, including 10 golds over the course of 4 games in para-equestrianism. Former England cricket coach Peter Moores has been named as the new head coach of Nottinghamshire. He's been working as a consultant at Trent Bridge since last summer. Nottingham Forest are set to sign former Arsenal striker Nicholas Bentner. He's a free agent after leaving German club Wolfsburg earlier this year. FIFA are investigating claims by El Salvador's national football team that they refused a bribe to fix today's World Cup qualifier against Canada. The team say they have a tape recording of a man offering them up to $3,000 each to lose. And Rugby League, Jamie Peacock has confirmed he's coming out of retirement to help Hull KR's bid to stay in the Super League. His last match was for Leeds in last season's grand final.
Thank you. Sports Guy returns after 5 with Simon Mayer along with Nadia Hussain. Big Show Radio 2.
In the afternoon, yeah. BBC Radio 2.
Houses in a row, 80 people watch a TV show. Paper people, cardboard dreams, how unreal the whole thing seems. Can we be living in a world made of paper mache? Everything is clean and so neat. Anything that's wrong can be just swept away. Spray it with cologne and the whole world smells sweet. Ice cream cones and candy bars, swings and things like bicycles and cars. There's a sale on happiness. You buy 2 and it costs less. Can we be living in a world made of paper mache? Everything is clean and so neat. Anything that's wrong can be just swept away. Spray it with cologne and the whole world smells sweet. Read the papers, keep aware while you're lounging in your leather chair. And if things don't look so good, shake your head and knock on wood. Can we be living in a world made of paper mache? Everything is clean and so neat. Anything that's wrong can be just swept away. Spray it with cologne and the whole world smells sweet. Like paper mache.
Dionne Warwick. That's a great old song. Paper mache. That was nearly social commentary, wasn't it? Oh, yeah, Gregory Isaacs. Night Nurse.
Tell her try your best just to make it quick. Come and tend to the sick. Cause they might must be something she can do. This heart is broken in two. Tell her it's a case of emergency. There's a patient by the name of Gregory. Night nurse, only you alone can quench this your thirst. My night nurse, oh gosh, oh the pain is getting worse. I don't wanna see no doctor. I need attendance from my nurse around the clock. Cause there's no prescription for me. She's the one, the only remedy. Night nurse, only you alone can quench this your thirst. My night nurse, oh the pain is getting worse. I'm hurt by love. I don't wanna see no dog. I need attendance from my nurse around the clock. But there's no prescription for me. She's the one, the only remedy. Night nurse, only you alone can quench this your thirst. My night nurse, oh the pain is getting worse. I'm hurt by love.
Only once Rodigan has finished his summer shows on Radio 2 am I allowed to get out my sound system, stick on some reggae. Gregory Isaacs, Night Nurse.
No doctor can cure.
Right, let's take a look at some showbiz for you. On Twitter, hashtag Read a Book Day is trending as people share their enthusiasm for reading. Bill tweets, I'd much love it if I read a book, if Read a Book Day was a national holiday. Okay, a whole day dedicated to just sitting and reading sounds amazing. Lexi tweaks, it's a perfect day for us to procrastinate by snuggling up with another novel and a hot drink. Absolutely. And Katie Jane says, wait, isn't every day Read a Book Day in my house? I expect it is. Over on Facebook, people are talking about Cold Feet, which returned last night after 13 years. Viewers were excited to see the gang back again, and a lot have said that it is as brilliant as the original. More on that for you later. Tom Hiddleston has been named Best Actor in the TV Choice Awards for his lead role in The Night Manager. And Doctor Who writer Stephen Moffat has said he started already working on the Christmas episode, so that's good news. And it was the world premiere of the new Bridget Jones movie, Bridget Jones' Baby. It was held in Leicester Square, London, where they always guarantee loud announcements while the stars are being interviewed on the red carpet. Here's Renee Zellweger, hopefully you can hear it, on the chemistry between the actors.
Well, we're pals off screen, so that probably helps. I think we all have, we share a lot of affection for these characters as well, so I'm sure that people will be able to sense that when they see the film.
Colin Firth is back playing Mark Darcy. Not too much has changed.
It's one of those old sort of rules of comedy that in some ways nothing much changes. Mark is very much as he ever was. He's just 15 years on. career's going well. Still hasn't found the right woman. It's still all about Bridget. And the funny thing is about everything being the same is it looks a bit different when you're older. So I think he's having a moment of reflection.
And Helen Fielding, who wrote the Bridget Jones books, was also at the premiere. She says her role in making the movie was to concentrate on the writing and the characters.
As those people who know me well know, I am quite clumsy, so I generally avoid the filming situation where I might trip over a cable or something. But I think the key is you don't want... It's a different process. You don't want to be too interfering, but at the same time, I'm really protective about Bridget, so I want to try and help keep her true to her voice.
Now, here's some smashing news for you. We'll have Renee, Colin and Helen here on the big show during the coming week, so listen out for details. Right now, it's 4:14. This is Radio 2, and here's Callahan. Callahan, last song.
Sometimes I think the earth is flat. People sail away and don't come back. Words unspoken. We count on things that slip away, like another chance, another day. Gifts unopened. Tomorrow may be more than even heaven can allow. I want you to hear me now. If this is the last song, I wanna make it real, make it strong, make it last all night long. If this is the last thing I ever do, I'm singing this last song for you. Sometimes I wanna wake you up, try to hold you close enough, show you I love you so much. You're the reason in my rhyme, the heart that beats in every line. With each kiss, a sweet touch, before this moment fades into another yesterday. I want you to hear me say, if this is the last song, I wanna make it real, make it strong, make it last all night long. If this is the last thing I ever do, I'm singing this last song for you. When the curtain falls one final time, you'll go your way, I'll go mine. But before I say goodbye, if this is the last song, let's make it real, make it strong, make it last all night long. If this is the last thing I ever do, I'm singing this last song for you.
And now we're back for Factoids. Here's a little question for you. Who was the first celebrity to appear on Sesame Street? The first ever celebrity, and I'll give you a clue. You may have heard him on CNN.
Oh, well, it must be James Earl Jones then.
Yeah.
Ah.
This is CNN. It's
Wow.
that guy, yeah.
I was going to say James Garner or somebody who'd been famous in the 70s, like Telly Savalas or somebody.
Yeah, you'd think it was. I used to love that. It's still on, isn't it?
It is still on, yeah. That was groundbreaking stuff as far as kids' TV was concerned.
Yeah.
You know Lord Horatio Nelson?
I do.
He suffered from seasickness all his life. That is a fact.
I used to like the Count. Do you remember him? And he used to count numbers, and he was the Count. And he
Like Dracula.
Like Dracula, yeah. That was really good at Sesame Street. I love Sesame Street. An average person laughs about 15 times a day.
Panama hats originally came from Ecuador. They got the name Panama from the gold rush prospectors who bought them in Panama on their way to the gold rush in California.
Who was the most popular film performer in 1926 globally? The most popular film performer.
Oh, was it Douglas Fairbanks Jr.?
No, keep going.
Gene Kelly?
Not even close.
Doris Day?
No.
What year was it? Sorry,
1926. That was just before the crash, wasn't it?
Yes, it was. So it couldn't have been Doris Day. Oh, one of the... Charlie Chaplin?
No, it was the dog, Rin Tin Tin.
Factoids. BBC Radio 2 from Whitby Folk Week.
We're here to celebrate one of the most cherished events on the folk calendar.
Something always new comes along, and there's this great underbelly of music going on in addition to the official festival.
We throw ourselves headlong into the sing-around, sessions, storytelling, strumming, seafood and snack lifters, the carousing, the clogging, the calling, the crab, the camaraderie.
Join Mark Radcliffe from Whitby Folk Week.
Do have a look at the clips. There's some great stuff there. Catch up via the Radio 2 website, or you can download the programme using the iPlayer Radio app.
4:20. Now here they are, a whistling and a singing about Winchester Cathedral, a new vaudeville band.
Winchester Cathedral, you're bringing me down. You stood and you watched as my baby left town.
Tim and I are really into the movies, and whenever I go to America, I'm sitting there on the plane, and because we're very, very lucky that we get invited to these previews because we're interviewing the stars. Most of the movies on the airline I've seen already.
Yes, you do tend to lag behind, don't you?
Yeah, but it's quite interesting because there's a report on one of the sites today that says theatre owners and some analysts dismiss the idea, but they're saying the movie studios are refusing to look inward for explanations for the cavalcade of summer disappointments. A lot of the big movies that they were expecting really big things from weren't, let's say, as popular as they might have been. And that includes the BFG, Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, The Nice Guys, Ghostbusters.
Independence Day didn't do that well.
Independence Day 2 didn't do very well. The Legend of Tarzan, Neighbours 2, Alice Through the Looking Glass, Warcraft, Now You See Me 2, Star Trek Beyond, etc., etc.
Well, what always puzzles me is why do they have big screen openings in the summer? Surely the summer is not the time when people are really going to want to go to the cinema. I mean, in the olden days, and not so long ago, but I always thought Boxing Day was a big opening day. I remember going to see Jaws on Boxing Day.
Still is.
I think Star Wars was a big Boxing Day opening. struggling. Could be wrong there.
Yeah.
But why the summer? People are on holiday. They want to be out and about. If the weather's okay, even if it's not brilliant, they still want to go and do things.
Used to be a thing. Well, there still is a thing in America where the movies that are released in the summer are really for young people and students. But of course, young people and students are busy on social media.
Well, there's that as well, yeah. I was thinking more about, going to the beach or getting out and doing sports or going to the park. But yeah, you're right.
But, honestly and truly, September, October now, and coming into the middle of September and October, is really the time. If I were a movie company, I would put out the movies. It's when all the new stuff starts. Okay, competition is strong, but, it's worth it because it's exciting. There's a whole vibe about new stuff in September and October.
No, I agree with you, absolutely. And the nights are drawing in and it's getting colder, so what are people going to do? Go out to the pictures.
What you got there?
Talking of the movies, Hollywood superstar George Clooney has sent sales of coffee pods soaring by nearly a third. How do you drink your coffee? Do you drink these coffee pods?
No, I don't drink those, but I like those ads a lot. They play in every country.
It's doing really well. Trade magazine The Grocer estimates that capsule sales, including the one that George advertises, will pass roast and ground coffee in months with a 17.5% share of the market. A typical pod, that's what George advertises, that costs you about 30 pence a cup, while basic instant coffee, that costs about 2 pence a cup.
Yeah, but it's a particular taste, isn't it? And
it's always a bit creamy for me, that taste.
Yeah, me too. And you only get a small cup, don't you?
You do, yeah.
Good ads, though. I don't like that one where she pretends not to recognise him and she says, "It's George Clooney, everybody." And then
that's just to distract him. Yeah. And then she goes and takes the coffee out. I don't like the one where he gives his shoes away. That's not going to happen in real life, is it?
And what about the one where the thing nearly falls on him from the roof?
Seems a bit cruel, that, actually, doesn't it?
It does, yeah. On Sunday, it's BBC Radio 2, live in Hyde Park. And this year, for the first time ever, you'll have the best seat in the house just by staying at home. You'll be able to watch the whole festival in a day in your front room, right there on your TV by pressing the red button. That's all the live performances and all the backstage bits with the Radio 2 presenters. We'll tell you more later in the week, but for now, that's BBC Radio 2 live in Hyde Park this Sunday, the 11th of September, on your radio, on your TV, from 1:15 p.m.
My lover's got humor. She's the giggle at a funeral. Knows everybody's disapproval. I should have worshipped her sooner. If the heavens ever did speak, she's the last true mouthpiece. Every Sunday's getting more bleak, a fresh poison each week. We were born sick, you heard them say it. My church offers no absolutes. She tells me worship in the bedroom. The only heaven I'll be sent to is when I'm alone with you. I was born sick, but I love it. Command me to be well. Amen. 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 Take me to church, I worship like a dog at the shrine of your light. I'll tell you my sins and you can sharpen your knife. Offer me that deathless death, the good God, let me give you my life. Take me to church, I
4:29. Ozia. Take me to the church and that. Now, Bobby Pryor.
Steve, thank you. First of all, the A752 at Bargedi. This is west of Airdrie. The A752 completely closed between the A89 at Coatbridge Road and the Common Head Road. That's still completely closed. No reopening time, I'm afraid, but there is a diversion for you that's all signed. To South Yorkshire, the A57. Now, this lorry fire between the M1 at junction 31 and the Todwick Road, Todwick roundabout is still there. So it looks like they've got the fire out, but there's still a lane closed in each direction. So if you're heading away or towards the M1, that's going to affect you, and there are delays. M62 westbound, a lorry broke down between 28 and 27. So towards Liverpool, between Tingley and Gildersham, you've got one lane shut. The M1 on the northbound side at 36 for Sheffield North. On the Exeter Road, there's a breakdown, so you've got one lane closed going off. The traffic's actually coping reasonably well, but take care as you go off at junction 36. The M6 southbound, breakdown at 7 for Great Bar. Again, it's on the Exeter Road, so traffic's coping reasonably well on the main carriageway, but take care as you go through. And the M25, that blockage clockwise between 5 and 6 at Godstone, that's all lifted now. It was a breakdown, it wasn't there long. Most of that congestion's moved through, actually a little bit slow, but not for too long. It is slow though between 9 and 10, so Leatherhead through to the A3 almost to Chertsey. Then you're fine until you get to 14 at Heathrow, and it's busy to 16 for the M40. Anti-clockwise, just busy 13 Staines to 11 at Chertsey. A little bit, oh sorry, beg your pardon, a little bit slow. Yeah, I've got your thing. Into the tunnel, beg your pardon. The A20 westbound at Swanley between Crittle's Corner and the B2173, it is still closed with that earlier accident. Big problems finally still for the M2. On the eastbound M2, it's 5 to 6 at Faversham, halfway between the two. Before it goes into the 2-lane section, you've got an accident, but you've still got 2 lanes closed. The queues are way back past the A249, and it's having a knock-on effect on the A249 as well. Thanks for your updates. Back with more in 25 minutes.
Yeah, we've all got the throat thing here, but it's okay. We're heavily medicated. Lost and Found. Bit of drum and bass in the background there.
Lost, I've been found. I've been lost, I've been found. I've been lost, I've been found. I've been lost, I've been found. Oh, won't you tell me like me?
Hey Steve, we're off to Devon for a triple celebration break. My best friend Claire is marrying Danny tomorrow. It's also my birthday tomorrow. My partner Marcus found out this morning that he passed his history and archaeology degree. Hey, that's brilliant. We're all looking forward to a fun week. Nikki from Portsmouth. All right, it's 26 to 5. It's time for Meet.
Before
night and whisper terrifying secrets in your ear. Sometimes it's the day and the sun has got no mercy, lighting up and burning everything that's in its way. There are times I gotta run, times I gotta hide, things I've left undone, things I've cast aside. So many things to try, so many things denied. If I ever tell you the truth, I'd swear you would leave me. I need the proof that you would believe me.
Very nice to see you again. Are you okay?
I'm good.
Excellent.
I'm really good.
Meatloaf is one of the world's most successful recording artists, having sold
God.
Here we go. Over
Here we
100.
go.
Yeah, no, listen to this. 100 million records in a career spanning 4 decades. This Friday, Meatloaf releases his latest album, Braver Than We Are, which is the first time in 20 years that he's collaborated with Jim Steinman. You heard the single, which is a brand new single from that album, and as we go, we might play a couple of tracks from the new album. The album, in fact, features 10 brand new Jim Steinman songs, from Who Needs the Young, which was the first song he wrote as a 19-year-old student, through to his most recent songs. So what was it like working with Jim again? What was it like doing the album?
Well, I went to someone that will remain nameless, and I said, I want to work with Jim again.
Yeah.
And they said, well, you can't. He's too busy because he's got his musical opening. And they said, oh, you can't. So I left the building. I went, yeah, well, we'll see about that. So I got him on the phone. I said, let's do a record. He goes, okay. And I said, we're going to finally do Who Needs the Young, because Who Needs the Young was meant to be on Battle to Hell. But for those people who remember vinyl, and if you look at your vinyl and you look at your rock records, your Rolling Stones or your Beatles or whoever, they were like 37 minutes, 39 minutes, 42 minutes, 44 minutes. A long rock record would be 45.
Yeah.
Well, when Bad Out of Hell was finished, it was 51 something. That's not counting Who Needs the Young. So we got to take one off, so we took that one off. And then we had to speed up the whole record. So people, they come to the show and they go, well, he doesn't sound like he did when he did Bat. And I go, you know what? You're absolutely right, and I never will, because it was sped up.
Is that right? Wow.
We didn't know that.
That's incredible.
It was sped up, people.
Wow, it was sped
And
up.
so when 2 out of 3 was this big hit in America, it used to come on the radio, and I used to turn it off because I thought I sounded like Alvin from Alvin and the Chipmunks.
Yeah.
It sounded to me like, baby, we can talk all night, but that ain't getting us nowhere. And I go, turn that off.
Well,
I mean, I could go out there and sing it like that, but it would be really stupid.
Where did that semi-operatic style of rock singing, if you like, theatrical singing, come from? Was that always within you? And do you sing to the writing or do you write to the singing? Oh, that's a good one.
And that's a good question, but it's got 2 answers. Jimmy writes how Jimmy writes, and I interpret them the way I interpret them. I never have asked Jim Steinman the question, why did you write this song? What did you mean by this song? What was your motivation behind this song? He's never asked me, why are you doing it this way? Why are you doing it that way?
Because that's just your character or on-stage character.
It's the character that I create for that particular song.
Got it.
And the only thing he's ever said is sing the melody right. So I had to learn because my natural voice is operatic. I'm a Heldon tenor.
Why do you think you and Jim worked so well and still work so well together? Is it because of friendship or musical collaboration or what?
Artistically. With Jimmy and I have never had an argument, even though the media has made it out that, oh, Jim and Meat did this and Jim and Meat did that. 50% of the things the media prints about me and Jim are not true. The most we've ever said to each other is something like, Jimmy, I think you need to change these lines. These lines don't work inside the song the way they should. And I'm basing that on the character that I'm doing. And so he will always change them.
Okay, Meatloaf is with us. We're going to come back with Meat in just a moment. Don't go away, Meatloaf's here.
The whole world turning, I see the shooting stars falling through your trembling hands. While you were licking your lips and your lipstick shining, I was blind just to ask for a taste. Oh, we were lying together in a silver lining by the light of the moon. You know there's not another moment, not another moment, not another moment to waste. Oh, well, you're always so close and my knees grow weak when my soul is flying high above the ground. I'm trying to speak, but no matter what I do, I just can't seem to make any sound. And then you took the words right out of my mouth. Oh, it must have been while you were kissing me. You took the words right out of my mouth. Oh, and I swear it's true. I was just about to say I love you. And I would do anything for love. Oh, I would do anything for love. Oh, I would do anything for love. But I won't do that. No, I won't do that. I would do anything for love, anything you've been dreaming of. But I just won't do that. I would do anything for love, anything you've been dreaming of. But I just won't do it.
So we're talking with lovely Meatloaf today. Meat, you have a tremendous reputation for just being a professional guy, and you just do it, don't you? I mean, I saw a thing, I think it was a little documentary that you were featured in, and you just go around and you make everybody happy, don't you? Just
Well, the whole crew and the whole band do. There's no prima donnas. Everybody goes, we do our job, we all get along, everything's great.
That's what they were saying on this documentary, and I thought, I remember coming to New York and bringing some prize winners when I worked for the other network, and you were so nice to them, and you were so nice to everybody. I mean, I wonder how you see yourself. Do you see yourself as an actor? Do you see yourself as a writer? Do you see yourself as a singer? Or do you see yourself as just a regular person that becomes Meatloaf?
I see myself as a regular person who just becomes Meatloaf, but you're talking to Meatloaf. I'm giving you everything I got.
Yeah.
But I'm an actor. But I'm not acting now. I didn't create a character to come here and talk to you. But I create characters for everything that I sing. And this album, I have listened to this album, Braver Than We Are, more times than all the other albums ever made accumulatively.
I've heard it a couple of times, and I love the initial tracks, as you mentioned earlier. Going All the Way is quite on-stagey, isn't it? And then in the latter tracks, we get to Only When I Feel, and that's kind of more studio-y. There's a bit of a mix, isn't there?
Yeah, and I purposely, until you get to Souvenirs, and then I open up, the voice sounds like Bat 2 or Bat Out of Hell, and Jim said, let's use more of that hushed, low voice. You know, people buy the record and they expect they're going to hear this bombastic thing. But if you listen to Bat Out of Hell, the first verse of Bat Out of Hell is sung with the same hushed voice as Going All the Way.
Yeah.
It's just a different timbre because I'm 40 years older. But it's exactly the same. Although I do think that the first verse of Going All the Way is the best verse I've ever put on a record.
Because it's emotional, isn't it?
It's the most truthful and most in the moment verse ever.
And it's heartfelt as well. You can tell that from listening to it. But I'm glad you said all that, because we listened to it and we said there's a kind of transformation as the album progresses, and then at the end you get to Train of Love, which I think is fabulous. But that is kind of more the kind of thing we might expect from you.
Yeah, and if you don't ask me about Train of Love, people are never going to know. Train of Love, everybody's going to listen to it and think I'm singing about a girl. But I'm not, because every character on this record is 19. And Train of Love is about a 19-year-old trying to find out who he is.
Okay.
Not about finding a girl. I've been knocking on your window, I've been knocking on your door. Just give me some kind of reply. And I put in the last 3 lines, I don't even know who I am. I don't even know who I am. I don't even know who I am.
Meat Loaf's new album, Braver Than We Are, is released on Friday, and the first single from the album, Going All the Way, is out now. And by the way, Meat Loaf says he expects to tour the UK early next year, all being well. Hey, great to see you again, Meat Loaf. Thank you very much. That's
thank you.
Here comes a couple of tracks from that album then.
Okay.
No turning back now, we're on the right track, yeah. Trucking just as fast as I can. Stopping the fire, we're getting much higher. Much higher when we begin. Riding on the train of love. Train of love. Train of love. Step right up, you poor little girl. Step right up, you poor little girl. Step right up, you poor little girl. And take your souvenirs. Step right up, you poor little girl. Step right up, you poor little girl. Step right up, you poor little girl. And take your souvenirs.
50,000 people in the park.
Millions watching and listening live. BBC Radio 2, live in Hyde Park.
A festival in a day. And this year, it's another incredible lineup.
Madness.
A very special acoustic set from Status Quo.
Gregory Porter. Travis. Jamie Lawson with special guest Cara Dillon. Andrea Triana. Leanne Rimes.
And headlining, it's only Sir Elton John.
Join us for Festival in a Day.
Watch by pressing the red button from any BBC TV channel, Sunday from 1:15.
And now it's almost 11 to 5.
Stars, but without it, life is wasted time.
says, I saw Meatloaf in concert in 1989 in County Kerry, Ireland. The place was packed, and to this day it was by far the best concert I've ever been to. That's from Podge. This says, I'm so excited to make the journey from Liverpool to see Meatloaf on Thursday at a signing session, and that's from Sal. Lots of reaction to Meat. So Simon Mayo at 5, Jamie Callum at 7, Joe Wiley at 8, Colourblind at 10. Organist Entertains with Nigel Ogden at the organ, that's at 11. Listen to the band at 11:30, After Midnight with Janice, and Sounds of the 80s with Sarah Cox at 3 a.m. Now, Craig David, 7 days.
On my way to see my friends, who lived a couple blocks away from me. As I walked through the subway, must have been about 3:15. In front of me stood a beautiful honey with a beautiful body. She asked me for the time. I said the cost of her name, 6-digit number, and a date with me tomorrow at 9. Did she decline? No. Didn't she mind? I don't think so. Or was it for real? Damn sure. But what was the deal? A pretty girl is 24, so is she keen? She couldn't wait. Cinnamon queen, let me update. But what did she say? She said she loved to rendezvous. She asked me what we were gonna do. Some stop with a bottle of Moet for Monday. Took her for a drink on Tuesday. We were making love by Wednesday, and on Thursday and Friday and Saturday we chilled on Sunday. I met this guy on Monday. For a drink on Tuesday, we were making love by Wednesday, and on Thursday and Friday and Saturday we chilled on Sunday. 9 was time, cause I be getting mine, and she was looking fine. Smooth talker, she told me she loved to unfold me all night long. Ooh, I love the way she kicked it, from the front to the back she flipped it. And I hope that you care, cause I'm a man who'll always be there. I'm not a man to play around, baby, cause the one night stand isn't really fair. From the first impression, girl, you don't seem to be like that, cause there's no need to check, for there'll be plenty time for that. From the subway to my home, endless ringing off my phone. When you're feeling all alone, all you gotta do is just call me. Monday, took her for a drink on Tuesday. We were making love by Wednesday, and on Thursday and Friday and Saturday we chilled on Sunday. I met this guy on Monday. Took her for a drink on Tuesday. We were making love by Wednesday, and on Thursday and Friday and Saturday we chilled on Sunday.
Craig David, 7 days. Belfast Telegraph.co.uk says Steven Spielberg's shooting his new film in Birmingham. The streets of Birmingham's Jewellery Quarter have been turned into a dystopian American city for Ready Player One, which stars Mark Rylance and Simon Pegg. RadioTimes.com says a new Game of Thrones book will be released next year. According to a listing on Amazon France, George R.R. Martin's latest book in the series, called Winds of Winter, is due out in March. And Mel C releasing new album, digitalspy.co.uk. Now, Bobby Pryor.
Steve, thank you. First of all, the A57, it's been closed now between the M1 at junction 31 for Sheffield and at the Todwick roundabout. So closed in both directions. That is just south of Rotherham. The M62 westbound, 28 to 27, Tingley to Gilderson. Broken down lorry still on the westbound side, one and is shut. Eastbound M62 towards junction 19. Looks at Haywood. We've got one lane closed with an accident. I'm just waiting for more information on that. The M6 southbound breakdown at 7 for Great Bar. So you've got one lane closed there. And the latest on the M25 now, clockwise it is busy between 9 and 11 for Chertsey, again 13 to 16 for the M40. Anti-clockwise you've got some slow traffic from junction 14 now. It's busy in places from Heathrow to 11 at Chertsey, a little bit of a queue between 7 and 6 at Godstone as well. And then we've got still problems on the M2 eastbound. It looks like a lane has reopened between 6 and 5, but still massive queues from the A249 all the way to Faversham following that earlier accident, but one lane still closed for recovery. I'll be back with more just after the news with Simon.
Appreciate your time.
everything, every little thing inside her closet. And she knows it's getting late, knows that I've been waiting and I'm starving. 'Cause we've been working overtime. She wants to make a night that we'll remember. And I'm staring at the time, thinking it's alright, put on whatever. But I've been on my best behavior, pacing back and forward. And 10,000 lifetimes later when she walks through the door, I say, hey, you with the red dress on, I gotta find a way to take it off. I got a lot of love and it's growing strong when I see you with your red dress on. In that red dress, in that red dress, yeah, it's hard to concentrate. Finish up your plate, she whispers to me. But I got one thing on my mind as they pour the wine and it consumes me. But I've been on my best behavior, not to cause a scene. But when we finally get home later, it's just you and me. And I say, hey, you with the red dress on, I gotta find a way to take it off. I got a lot of love and it's growing strong when I see you with your red dress on. Hey, you with the red dress on, I gotta find a way to take it off. I got a lot of love and it's growing strong when I see you with your red dress on.
We like that a lot. Magic red dress. Gotta go though. Simon with Nadia Hussain after 5 and all the regular features, as we say. With us tomorrow will be actor Cillian Murphy telling us about his new movie Anthropoid, and Jimmy Carr, top comedian. Good evening.
BBC News at 5 o'clock. This is Catherine Cracknell. The radical Islamist preacher Anjem Choudhury has been jailed, ending years of frustration for police who'd struggled to pin charges on him. Keith Vaz has resigned as the chair of the influential Home Affairs Committee 2 days after newspaper allegations about his private life. And it's emerged that the woman who underwent the world's first face transplant has died. The Islamist preacher Anjem Choudhury has been sentenced to 5.5 years in jail for drumming up support for the group calling itself Islamic State. Police said Choudhury, who was convicted in July, had stayed just within the law for years, but was arrested 2 years ago after posting a pledge of allegiance to IS online. From the Old Bailey, Dominic Casciani.
Mr Justice Holroyd told Anjem Choudhury that he was a calculating and dangerous man who knew full well that the lectures he had delivered in September 2014 would have had a profound effect on his large and impressionable audience. While the preacher himself could not be directly held responsible for violent terrorism, he had played an indirect role in its growth by inviting others to follow his worldview. The judge said that he had to sentence Choudhury for his specific offences that summer and not for his public reputation. Choudhury smiled up to his supporters in the public gallery as he received his sentence, and they stood and together chanted Allahu Akbar, God is great in Arabic.
The Labour MP Keith Vaz has resigned as chairman of the Home Affairs Select Committee in response to allegations that he paid 2 male prostitutes for sex. Mr Vaz, who's married, said it was important the committee, which he chaired for 9 years, was able to continue its work without any distractions. The Conservative MP Tim Lawton, who's taken over as interim chairman, dismissed suggestions that the committee's inquiry into prostitution had been undermined by the revelations. He said members have learned of Mr Vaz's decision to stand down with sadness.
He has a reputation for getting the best out of witnesses, for being a robust chair, but also being a fair chair as well. And again, I don't think it's an underestimate to say that the work of the committee under his chairmanship has had a direct and big impact on government policy, on law, and also on public opinion at times as well.
A photographer has captured an image of a document being carried into Downing Street which suggests the government is considering lifting a ban on new grammar schools in England. It states that the Education Secretary, Justine Greening, wants new grammars to be considered as an option once it's been shown that existing grammars can be expanded without disadvantaging those who don't get in. A court has heard that a former taxi driver accused of murdering a woman missing since 2003 confessed to her killing and led police to her body. Christopher Halliwell denies murdering Becky Godden. The jury was also told that he's serving life for the murder of another woman in 2011. Phil Mackey reports.
Bristol Crown Court heard that Becky Godden, who was 20 when she disappeared, was a sex worker with a chaotic life. She was last seen alive getting into a taxi outside a nightclub in Swindon. Her remains were found in a remote field after Halliwell, who's defending himself in court, took offices there in 2011. At the time, he'd been arrested following the disappearance of Sean O'Callaghan, whose murder he later admitted. Prosecutors say there was a very close match between soil samples taken from items at his home and the field where Becky Godden's body was found. Her mother, who was sitting in the public gallery, wept as details of her death were revealed in court.
The French woman who underwent the world's first ever face transplant is reported to have died earlier this year. Isabelle Dinois received the graft in 2005 after being mauled by a dog. She died in April after a long illness. From Paris, Hugh Schofield.
The operation on Isabelle Dinois was hailed as a breakthrough. Then, aged 38, she'd been left hideously disfigured when her dog bit away the lower half of her face. After doctors reconstructed her mouth, nose and jaw using a graft from a donor, Madame Dinois was able to talk and eat normally and go about in public without a mask. But over the years there were complications. Heavy use of immunosuppressive drugs weakened her system and she succumbed to cancer. Since her case, there have been some 30 face transplants around the world.
The 10 times Paralympic champion Lee Pearson has been named as Great Britain's flag bearer for the opening ceremony of the Games, which takes place in Rio de Janeiro tomorrow. The equestrian rider, who's from Staffordshire, was nominated in a vote of his teammates to carry the flag into the Maracanã Stadium. He said he was honoured to have been chosen.
I think I'll be numb with emotion and pride, and I know that when this gets announced and we go back to the rest of the team, they'll just be cheering non-stop. We do know how to cheer and support, and I'll just be immensely proud. And I've never cried at a medal ceremony, but I might cry tonight. You never know. It's surreal.
In the city, the 100 index closed down 53 at 6,826. And the weather, another dry, muggy night across much of the UK with low cloud, patchy mist and fog. Temperatures overnight 19 Celsius in London, 17 in Cardiff and Belfast and 16 in Edinburgh. And that's the BBC News at 5 minutes past 5.
All right, thank you, Catherine. Very good. Thank you, Steve.
Simon Mayo.
Top meatloaf stuff there.
Time's on and we're on our way home.
Right, Tuesday's done, and tomorrow we're halfway through the week, and then it's downhill all the way. What have we got here? Tuesday in 3, back to school. There's Katie. School uniform debacle. There's Sam. Someone forgot something. Forgot the games kit. Wrong tie. Different jumper.
It's later than you think.
Writing course booked. There's Louise. Very excited. Pumpkins growing fast. An autumnal one, that's Shirley. Hey, Shirley. But you know, whatever. Good heavens, it's drive time here at Radio 2. We have a School of Rock classic here.
Just like the white-winged dove sings a song, sounds like she's singing. Ooh, ooh, ooh. Just like the white-winged dove sings a song, sounds like she's singing. Ooh, baby, ooh, say ooh.